Ladies and gentlemen, day one of the Kansas City Chiefs training camp is officially here, which means we got rookies, we got veterans, we got the team preparing for the start of the season. Essentially, football is back. We are in full swing, and we are getting ready for the start of the season. And in this video, we're going to break down a ton of clips. But before we dive into the video, I need you guys to do me a little bit of a favor. You're going to see some names at the top of your screen here. Go follow all of these Chiefs reporters on Twitter or X, because guys, without them, these videos just are not possible to make. I own none of this footage. It's all coming from them. So make sure you follow them on X really quickly. I guarantee you will not regret it, because you'll get all this film before I can even post these videos. So go check them out. First of all, you see Josh Simmons, brand new left tackle here for the Kansas City Chiefs. He could be the day one starter. We'll see what happens with Jalen Moore. They paid him a good amount of money to come over from San Francisco. Let me know in the comments down below really quickly, who do you think is going to win that left tackle job? Josh Simmons? Will it be Jalen Moore? Let me know what you guys think. I know Jawaan Taylor is going through a little bit of an injury right now, but this is definitely a big position for this Kansas City Chiefs team. You also have Kingsley moving to left guard. He's probably going to be that starting left guard for the season. But let me know what you guys think, and let's dive into today's video, the Chiefs day one. I actually saw this tweet from Nate Taylor, another guy you guys should go follow. He works for the Chiefs in ESPN. He said, here's the offensive line group for the first rep. This is pretty important. This is who they think will be the starting offensive line, at least for day one, not including the injuries, right? So you got Josh Simmons at left tackle, Kingsley at left guard, Creed Humphrey at center, Trey Smith, who they just gave an extension to, and then Jalen Moore at right tackle. Again, like I said before, you have Jawaan Taylor, but he is missing some time. So Jalen Moore kind of fits right in. Now, it's very important to be able to have multiple guys swing around the offensive line, whether it be Jalen Moore, whether it be Josh Simmons, whether it be Kingsley. The versatility, the depth that you need to have at offensive line, because if you have someone that misses time, Mike Caliendo had to step in last year. Maybe he wasn't the best fit at the time. Now you have some more depth where you can put guys in different spots and hopefully be a little bit better. Also got to see a little bit more of Patrick Mahomes throwing to Travis Kelce. Obviously, there was a lot of rumors this offseason that he could retire, but he's back for another season, and they expect to be right where they left off, competing for another championship with Kelce, with Mahomes, bringing back the same wide receivers in Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice. Now, Rice most likely will be suspended for 2, maybe 4 games this season, but they expect to get young guys involved. Jalen Royals is one guy who has already made a name for himself throughout all of rookie minicamp, OTAs, and mandatory minicamp, and so far, he's going to get a lot of opportunity because they expect that suspension is coming. Who do you think in this wide receiver room is going to step up the most in place of Rashee Rice over those first couple of games he's going to miss? You also have Juju, you have Jason Brownlee, Tyquan Thornton, you have Nico, as well as Sky Moore, who I know you guys are probably fully out on at this point. But let me know really quickly. Definitely good seeing Mahomes and Kelce still working together. All right, here we go. So we did get a little bit of 7-on-7 work here during today's practice. We probably won't get too much of that going forward, but we'll see. I'll cover what I can cover now. This one is specifically from Matt Foster on Twitter or X. First thing we noticed, we get a little bit of pre-snap motion here by Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, to me, this looks like zone coverage because, for the most part, whenever you have pre-snap motion and it's man, someone will follow. So, first thing you notice, looks like a zone coverage to me. You got linebackers probably in hook curls. The Kareem Hunt is the running back in the backfield. Now, as Rashee Rice is running a shallow cross over the middle of the field, you're going to see 54, this linebacker here, which is ultimately Leo, right? He is going to kind of take the responsibility of Rashee Rice here. So now that we have this matchup, Patrick Mahomes says, okay, I love this matchup. Rashee Rice versus a linebacker, hits him on the drag, and then he turns up the field and ultimately gets a nice chunk of yardage. Nice little play here for the Chiefs offense versus the first team defense. I'm excited to see some of the backups and how well they kind of implement guys like Brashad Smith and Jalen Royals into this unit. But once 11-on-11s get started, that's when things are going to get really exciting. Because last season, the Chiefs actually ranked, let me get this right, they ranked 19th in the NFL when it came to QB sack percentage allowed. So this offensive line is going to be crucial in the sense of them competing for another championship. Can they protect the quarterback? Yes or no? Hopefully with the additions that they've made, yes. See, but again, Rashee Rice, he'll probably be rotating in and rotating out a lot, but looks extremely healthy, man. This dude got healthy quick. Give him some credit. He must have been grinding this offseason, but definitely a good rep there for the O. Now, guys, really quickly, before we get any further into this video, still have a couple of things I want to break down. Make sure you do me that favor. Go follow the reporters. This isn't my film. Also, hit the like button if you want more of these videos, if you want more updates of the Chiefs throughout the entirety of training camp, preseason, right, regular season, everything you can think of, we've got you guys covered. Make sure you join the family, turn on post notifications, that way you're notified every time we post a video. It is free, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we got you guys covered throughout every single practice. Okay, join the family. With that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video. Here's another good play here. Let me open this up a little bit for you guys. It's a really good play. We're just going to get a slant over the middle. First thing that we notice, looks like zone coverage for the most part, maybe a cover 3 here in the red area. We're going to get a quick slant over the middle to Rashee Rice, who ultimately gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Now 23 may have tackled him there, maybe not, but that is Drue Tranquill. So listen, whenever you put Drue Tranquill on a guy like Rashee Rice, things could get ugly. Actually, yeah, okay, that is Tranquill. I got confused for a second. But yeah, good job here by the offense. Rashee Rice, you're going to hear his name a lot today. All right, so here's another one according to Matt Derrick, another guy you guys need to go follow. He actually said the first round of 7-on-7s, which is what we just watched, one rep of that. He said Patrick Mahomes was 4 of 4, did not miss a single pass during that 7-on-7 session. He had a deep ball to Xavier Worthy. He went over the middle to Noah Gray, who I think is really good as a backup tight end in the NFL, especially in those 12 personnel sets, man. Wow, they got 2 guys I really like, especially up those seams. And then they got 2 short throws for Rashee Rice, which one of them we just watched, which was really cool. Now, I don't think we have ever seen a game where Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy were all healthy. Hopefully by week 5 we get to see that. I'm hoping once Rashee Rice is off his suspension, I'm really hoping that we could finally see how good this offense can be with all that speed. All right, here's another rep. I love Patrick Mahomes because he knows the game so well. And right here, we're going to see, right? You're going to see 21, 32. They're going to be in the middle of the field. Now, Patrick Mahomes is going to open up by staring these guys down. Now, what that does essentially is keeps them in line, right? So, for example, if he opened up and immediately looked to Kareem Hunt or Juju Smith-Schuster, who are both on this left side of the field from your screen, if he immediately looked over there, these guys would start trending in this direction because these zones, they're taught, hey, read the quarterback's eyes. He'll tell you where he's going with the football. But Pat Mahomes is a little bit different. He's not like that at all, right? So what he does, he's drops back. He keeps these guys in line. And then once he's able to do that, he turns and he fires because the entire time he knows where he's going with the football. He's got one-on-one down this sideline to Juju, who makes a great catch. Let's watch this one more time as he drops back, stares down those defenders, takes the yes-no read, and Juju makes one hell of a grab on that sideline. Again, these are the things you love to see from Pat Mahomes. That was against Jalen Watson, the former 7th-round pick back in 2022, I believe. But overall, again, read the defense, figured out his zone, took the one-on-one matchup. Great catch there by Juju, who ultimately seems like he could definitely be a major factor within this football team if Rashee Rice misses time. Here's another one, don't have film for it, but Matt McCullen, big Chiefs reporter, make sure you guys go follow him. He said Chamari Connor had an interception off a deflection in the end zone during 7-on-7 heads-up play. Chamari Connor right now, in my opinion, is probably... Now, he used to play corner, but I believe he's playing more safety as of right now. You have Jaden Hicks, you have Brian Cook starting at safety right now. Your DBs in terms of cornerback, Jalen Watson, Christian Fulton, who they brought over from the Chargers. And then you have Trent McDuffie, obviously, right? Behind them, you have Noah Williams, who's scheduled to probably be an outside boundary corner. Then you have Chamari Connor at strong safety. He's going to get a lot of reps here throughout this summer. We'll see if he can make a name for himself again. I feel like he's a good player as a former 4th round pick. But if he can continue to make these heads up plays, he could climb up this depth chart and maybe fight for some playing time at some positions. Okay, so now speaking of Chamari Connor, looks like we got man coverage here. We do see 21 Jaden Hicks rotate over as a safety. To me, that could be zone, could be man. You don't really know at this point. They do a good job kind of disguising it thus far. But as this defense starts to drop back, you see 27. Nobody really turns their head away from the quarterback, which tells me this is most likely man-to-man coverage. Now, Noah Gray is running this stop route over the middle, but he's going to kind of find his way back to the openness of the defense, right? So stops, gets back to the other side, and they find him in space. Noah Gray picks up a nice chunk of yards. Great job once again. The offense looks good, man. It really does. All right, guys, so a lot of these clips are coming out here of these 7-on-7s. And man, let me tell you, Rashee Rice was targeted a lot in these 7-on-7s. It sucks because he is getting extremely healthy. I hope the NFL doesn't suspend him too much, but man, he was heavily targeted. We're going to see a little bit of a little whip route, right? So essentially, on this right side of your screen, he's going to act like he's running, again, one of these drags, and then boom, he's going to cut right back to the outside. Essentially, these are man killers, man. If you're in man coverage here, boom, wide open. Right, maybe picks up a couple of yards there, but just a great job in this red area, getting open space, taking advantage of it, man. Rashee Rice was heavily targeted, and he seemed like, again, Patrick Mahomes' favorite target out here, at least on day one.